everyone. Today is my day to listen to this week's poll winner from Patreon, and what you have chosen for me is Tracy Chapman's Fast Car from 1988. I don't think that Tracy Chapman is an artist that I have listened to yet, so this is not only a new song for me, but a new artist. And I understand she is an American singer-songwriter, and this is her first single, which in 2025 was preserved in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress. Her first album also had all kinds of awards and made many different lists and so on. But this Fast Car is her debut single. So pretty impressive to have the debut single be something that ends up in the Library of Congress. Let's see how it sounds. Nice gentle opening. Not exactly something that I would associate with a fast car.
I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better.
Is this Tracy Chapman?
Got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Nice voice. There's a lot of richness to it. Right, so I said, is this Tracy? Wait a minute. One of these moments of, okay, putting a face to a name. It's so funny how names, when I hear a name, I start to imagine what the person might look like. And it's so strange to see something that is not at all like the name, how I imagined it in my head. You've seen me go through this before. This is another moment of, oh wow, that's Tracy Chapman. Nice to meet you, Tracy. The intro and the whole pace, Fast Car. It sounds like it could be one of those kind of high energy pieces of music, but this is gentler, and the opening was really quite easy in pace, and then her voice when it came in, what a rich, colorful and beautiful voice. So I want to hear that again.
Get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Just a simple little motif.
I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. Yeah, with the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school, and that's what I did.
So there are several things that are catching my attention in this piece, in addition to her voice, which to me has, I would really enjoy hearing more of her, and I'm sure I will at some point, because I feel like what she's doing here is just scratching the surface of what her voice can do incredibly beautifully. There's this, I guess, a sort of passionate quality to her voice, even in something very mellow like this. and incredibly expressive in the depth of emotion that she's able to communicate. In addition to the voice, I'm noticing the way the music is structured, designed, and this guitar motif, which is just plucked. Dee-dee-dum-bum, da-da-dum-bum, dee-dee-dum-bum, da-da-dum-bum. That's all the guitar is doing over and over and over, and it gives this really gentle landscape, scenery, texture, just something there that gives a very mellow quality. And in addition, there's a bass line, which is very present, although not at all invasive. And the bass line is what is moving stepwise down, coming back up, moving around. And that is one of the things that keeps it from feeling too monotonous, because if you have a single riff that is, or motif that is being repeated over and over and over and over, it can start to feel monotonous if it's not handled well. But in this case, there is the bass line, which is shaping the instrumental accompaniment part of the music. And then there is the way in which the rhythm of her lyrics, the rhythm of the song itself, what she's singing, interacts with that little guitar motif. And she's singing in I'm going to say a poetic manner rather than a song style manner. By that, I mean, there is melody. Yes, she is singing. She's not simply speaking or orating her way through this, but the melody is serving as a vehicle for the rhythmic delivery of the lyrics. And she's really digging into the rhythmic element that the lyrics offer. Sometimes it's a lot of syllables rapidly, sometimes it's a few slowly. But at the same time, it's not just about the rhythm of the text. It's not just about that. So it's this nice intersection, crossing of the different musical elements. We have rhythm being exploited from the lyrics, but we also have a very melodic design, as well as a mellow accompaniment design. And that's one of the things that gives it this kind of melancholy richness to it. And, well, let's keep listening, see what else we find here.
Working, his body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Back to the guitar accompaniment shape, setting the tone again.
You got a fast car.
Back to this simple melody.
Still ain't got a job. Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs.
You know, one of the things I notice about the way this is progressing through the song, melodically, I was talking about the melody. You notice that the melody is very simple, and every single verse, and this is basically a recitation of verse for the most part, starts the same way. I mean, it's the same melody, and there isn't a lot of big variety in its shape and contour within the verse as well. So again, coming back to this idea that yes, it has melody, yes, it has a melodic shape, but it is not about that. I guess I would say that the melodic shape is more to set the tone and the mood for the different parts of the verse. You got a fast car, and we move down first. You got a fast car, da 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 da, and then it ripples and it flows, but it moves us down at the beginning, and then we come up a little bit. We never really rise high. There's never this moment of feeling like we have reached a peak from which we can look beyond the valleys and the hills within which we are living. And so this section which just came, so I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast it felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us. That's when the drums came in, right? We heard that portion, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone. That was the point at which the music became energized, bigger, more powerful. And it serves not just a formal habit that the music wants to have a bit of contrast, but it is placed right there. And it serves not just a formal habit that the music wants, asks for. You know, we need some contrast, something different. Okay, sure, fine. You could put that anywhere, but it has been chosen deliberately to be that spot. And because everything else is so consistent around it. I'm reluctant to say repetitive, although there is a lot of repetition. It doesn't come across as being repetitive in a way that is negative. So I'm going to say consistent. There's a lot of consistency, musical consistency on both sides of it. That one section there stands out, and it delivers an emotional message about this song. This song is about that memory, that feeling, that experience. That was something that was, in a way, revelatory, perhaps even life-changing, or at least incredibly memorable for the contrast to the everyday life that this person lives. That moment, I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. These feelings of opportunity, of exhilaration, of comfort and safety, someone's arm wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belonged, that I could be someone. That is where that music is placed. And that is what subconsciously, we might not sit down and analyze it, but that is what shapes our understanding of the song and what it is communicating to us. And so now we're past that, and we're back to the ordinary, everyday consistency.
Still ain't got a job. Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted, and we'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. So remember when we were driving.
Here it comes. Remember this. And you hear the emotion in her voice, the intensity.
Had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car, I got a job that pays all our bills. Instead of drinking late at the bar, see more your friends than you do your kids. I'd always hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me find it. I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. So take your fast car and keep on driving. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so you can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
And I like the way at the very end, da-da-da-bum, that guitar figure that has been going all the way through this. Da-da-da-bum-bum, da-da-da-bum. It ends as a sort of question. Da-da-bum-bum. As if, I'm waiting for your answer. What are you going to decide to do? Are you going to decide that this is our chance to get up and leave and make a different life for ourselves together? Or are you going to continue the way you always have? I'm waiting for your answer here. This is really a well-designed piece of music that captures so much of ordinary life and the moments of decision and opportunity, the capacity to dream, to look beyond that life which seems so all-encompassing, and to realize there could be something else out there for us. And then it says so much as well, without ever saying it, about the human tendency to simply continue with the familiar. It's interesting. I said that those big places where the drums come in and it's about the memory of what this was like, the emotional impact it had, the fact that it gave me a vision, an idea of, I could have a life like this, maybe I could. The capacity to dream, to think that how could we make this last? How could it be more than a memory? We could get up and leave and go our own way and not be tied by all these generational habits and lives that are keeping us locked here at this level. It is very much about that. But then towards the end, the last verses, you got a fast car. I got a job that pays all our bills. You stay out drinking late at the bar, see more of your friends than you do your kids. I'd always hoped for better. Thought maybe together you and me would find it. I got no plans. I ain't going nowhere. So take your fast car and keep on driving. Somehow that, when we got to that verse, it really hit me. It really felt like, after all this, it's not just about that moment of exhilaration and feeling safe and cared for. It is also about decision. And what are we going to do with our lives? There's a strength in the spirit of this song that is not over-exaggerated. It's very honest and consistent, as I said, throughout. But there's a strength in the voice of this person, suggesting if you're not going to have this vision that I have, well, I can't do anything but stay where I am in that case. But you are going to have to go on, because I'm not going to continue in the way that we are. There's this strength of decision in this person's voice that becomes evident as the song progresses, that either way, whether this person goes or stays, they are at a decision point. And they have decided, in fact. And they're waiting to see if what you will decide, and if what you will decide is compatible with their decision. And so we end with da-da-bum-bum, waiting to hear your answer. What will it be? An incredibly powerful song. Although I wouldn't say understated, but not ostentatious, not pretentious, not invasive. It just exists as it is. Really, I'm impressed by this, and I thank you all for choosing this for me to hear. I have greatly enjoyed her voice, her emotional musical delivery, as well as the song itself. All of that, it's very good, and I'm very interested to explore more of her in the future, because I feel like there's a lot left there that might exist for me to explore. So that was Tracy Chapman's Fast Car from 1988, and just in 2025 was preserved in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress. And now I understand why. I'll see you soon.